So you started to learn guitar, learned a few chords, but you're not sure what you should study as a beginner. I'm Everton Zaquini, and today I'm gonna talk about some concepts that you need to know as a beginner. Remember to subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment, and hit the bell. Alrighty, so the things that I will be talking about today, it's just a scratch on the surface, so many of these subjects you have a lot of things to learn about, but this is a good starting point for you. So the first thing that you need to know is know your instrument. If you are learning on acoustic guitar, on electric guitar, at the beginning, the concepts are the same, and as you get better on the instrument, you notice that the approach that you have for both instruments are different, the way that you think when playing, but we use the same shapes, same scales, patterns, and also the body or your instrument. We call it the same things. We have the body, the neck, and the headstock of the guitar. Let's take a look for these things on acoustic and electric guitar. So here we have the body of the acoustic guitar. We have here the top. This part is very important to know, the bridge that we have that will keep the strings here. And then on the acoustic guitar we have the sound hole, alright? So this is have this big body that makes naturally will amplify the sound of the instrument. So we have a louder sound. Then we have this piece here, which is the neck, and then here the headstock. Let's take a look on the body of the electric guitar. Now I'm here with my electric guitar. So the electric guitar is the same thing, body, neck, headstock, and the difference in the body is that this guitar here has a solid body, which is a piece of wood, so we don't have this natural amplification, so the sound of the guitar will be quieter than an acoustic guitar. But on the other hand, we have these pickups here that capture the vibration of the string and send the vibration to an amplifier. I have here the bridge, we have the volume knob, the tone knob, have the pickup selector here. So we have this bridge pickup here. So the first position, in this case that is a Telecaster model guitar, we have first position, bridge pickup. So in the second position, in the middle, we have both pickups on at the same time. Then in the third position, I have the neck pickup working. Let's take a look at the neck. So here in the neck, we have the fretboard, and we have these metal pieces here, which is the frets. And in this guitar, we have 22 frets. Some guitar has a little bit more or less. And we have these dots here that help us to locate the frets. So I know here is 3, 5, 7, 9, 12, 15, 17, 19, 21. It's quickly to locate frets around the fretboard. So the frets, one tip here is that the fret gives us the notes. So if you press near to the fret, you don't need to do a lot of effort when you're pressing down. So if you press too far from the fret, what happens is that sometimes you have to press harder, and sometimes you get a buzz sound even pressing very hard because it's too far from the fret. So when you're playing guitar, try to press close to the fret. Now let's take a look at the headstock. So the headstock, we have here the tuning pegs. So this tuning pegs is for us to tight or loosen the strings, and this way we turn the guitar up. We have here the guitar strings. My guitar is a 6-string guitar. We have guitars with more strings, but the most common is 6 strings, and you can have different gauges of strings. So some strings are lighter or heavier. When you're starting, it's good to test different gauges at the beginning for you to find the strings that is comfortable for you to play. Let's take a look at the name and the numbers of the strings. But first, one thing that is important to understand is that the guitar is an upside down instrument. So when you have frequencies, lower frequencies are at the bottom and high frequencies are at the top. Actually on the guitar we have the low frequency on the top and the high frequency at the bottom. When you're reading some music sheet, or if you're reading tablature or seeing a diagram with the scales, so you see that the lower notes will be at the bottom. For example, in tablature, the first line will be your string 6, and then you have at the top your high frequencies, but on the guitar is the bottom string. The strings we count from 1, which is the first string, the high E, and then we keep going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and string 6 here on the top with the low E. And also it's important to know the name. The name of the notes of your string 6 will be E, string 5, A, string 4, D, string 3, G, string 2, B, and string 1, E again. Now that you know a little bit more about the instrument and the strings, you need to know a little bit about theory. So you need to memorize the name of the notes, and that we have 12 notes. 7 of them we call natural notes, and these 7 notes are named after the first alphabet letters. So it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It's a lot of people know, but it's really important to memorize also backwards. You really need to know the sequence G, F, E, D, C, B, A. And then that is the middle of these 7 notes. We have what we call accidentals, which is sharps and flats. So the accidental will be when you have these natural notes and then you change this for a sharp or flat. After you know the name of the notes and the accidentals, you need to learn about intervals. Intervals there's a lot of things to talk about, so today it's just an overview. You need to know that interval is the distance between 2 notes, and the smallest interval that we have is a half step in Western music. The guitar fretboard is divided all in half steps. So every fret in every string will be a different note. If I get here my open string, my low E open string, and I press here on fret 12, I have 12 half steps. And this way I can have all the natural notes and also my accidental notes in the middle of the natural notes. When I play from this G here and I move 1 fret up, I have just a half step, so I have G, G sharp. And if I move from this G, I skip 1 fret and get the next note on fret 5, I have a whole step. Most of the natural notes are a whole step away from each other, except between B and C and between E and F. These are the only notes that are half step away from each other. Next thing, chords. You need to know major and minor chords, the ones that we call triads, and then 4-note chords, and you can start with major chords with minor 7th and minor chords with minor 7th. And this way you can learn many popular songs. Then in the future you can go deep and you can learn lots of different chords. And for today, the last thing, but not the least, you really need to learn all the notes on the fretboard. You need to know how to find the notes on the fretboard and know that every fret, every string is a note and what note is on that place. You really need to master the guitar fretboard. This will help you with scales, chords, intervals. So we really need to master the fretboard. There you have it. These are concepts that you really need to master when you're a beginner, and this will help you for new things when you learn in the future. If you like to learn guitar for a hobby or you want to be a professional guitar player, it's really important to know these things. It'll make you become a better musician and also understand what you're doing when you're playing guitar. Thank you for watching. See you next time.